Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be using a previously stamped image, the little gnome, to create a quick little card, Halloween themed. I'm going to try and cut it down some. There we go. We're going to make this 5 1/4, I think. Let's see. Yep, 5 1/4 by 4. All right. Then I pulled out some stamps. I think I'm going to put Hello Beautiful on there. And if I can, I'm going to see about putting this pumpkin on there as well. This one. These came from Tuesday morning a while back. I always worry that once I open these, I don't, because I have them like hanging on a little rack, that's going to be the end of it. So I always kind of feel away. I am so excited that today is Friday. I have 2 errands to run today, and then I'm coming home and I'm not leaving my house until I have to pick my son up because I am emotionally drained. When I tell you emotionally drained, I mean emotionally drained. It's always very interesting to see how people treat you and interact with you. Um, Even though they want what they want, they don't give you the same respect that you offer them. So I'm just kind of tired. I'm tired. Um, but I do have to run 2 errands. So drop off my son, go to Walmart. Then when the store that I need to open opens, because it opens at 8, but I drop my son off around, you know, to get him to school on time before the bell. So I drop him off then, and then I will do my errand and come home. I got a feeling I'm getting ready to have a no tech day coming up, probably next week sometime. No tech. It's gonna be amazing. All right, so what we're gonna do is turn this card over, and I want to stamp right here, just like that, and on the same side. And I think I have a bat. It doesn't have to be Halloween, spooky Halloween to be Halloween. But I think the pumpkin just sends it on home that it's a nice event going on. I have to start working on my son's costume. I don't think he's gonna like it, and I think that he's going to really hurt my feelings. And I've been very hesitant about working on this thing. I cannot sway him to pick a new costume. So I'm just gonna work diligently on that costume. Sunday, well, yes, Sunday afternoon. I may have to go into and Monday, and then hopefully it's done. I only have to do. I have to. So I purchased a shirt. I have to alter the shirt. Um, I think no, not I think. I have a few things like in my mind right now, and it's so weird how people rally to make sure people are doing the right thing, but then they're not doing the right thing. And that kind of bugs me. I have no control over it, but it does bug me. Okay, I think we have another little stamp set I want to try. I just want to pull one thing out, so let me check that and we'll get to coloring. I don't want to do too much because it already looks like we got a hodgepodge going on. Let me just check these stamps. Bad. Maybe I can draw a spider. Do I have a spider stamp close by? I think next year, or maybe this year, maybe is what I should do is create, because I'm quite sure after Halloween comes, I'm gonna go into a spot. I'm like, here's all of my stamp stuff that I used to have on hand that I no longer like have, and I'm gonna get re-inspired to create Halloween stuff. But I think, I told you I've been thinking about all of the things that I want to do for next year, and I'm considering just doing like a spooky thing a month. So we'd have Halloween, we'd have Christmas, and then if I continue to do the snowman thing. But I do reserve the right to not do any of it. You know? Um, I think I've told y'all before, but a few years ago, someone wrote and said, it's not the image on your thumbnail that I thought we was going to be working on. I'm like, what? What does that mean? And once I got offended, I didn't get offended. I was just like, I don't understand how we had a disconnect, basically. And I want people to know that that was just a thumbnail, not an actual creation. But I do have some things that I think are going to be fun coming up. They just are more of a show and tell versus a um let's do it together kind of thing. I was trying so hard not to run outside the line. That's okay though. I normally don't go outside the line. Can you believe that? I can. So my son has, I don't remember this ever being in school, but I think it's a way to have the kids get active about reading. So they have storybook pumpkins. So Monday, I need to make sure we take his pumpkin into school. The bad part is, this year has been the year of I'm just going to pick random stuff and see, what people say, cooks say. I want to throw this against the wall and see if the spaghetti sticks, see if it's done. And that's where we are with my son. These little dots, kind of, it's not even a real thing. It's just floating in the air. But it was bugging me. I think I'm gonna. So next month, November is still fall. So I want to get into that and do, like what's the word? What is the word? We want to get big in our fall crafts, and that's why I feel like I shortchanged Halloween a little bit. Not a big deal in my opinion, but I feel like I shortchanged it because we only have a few days of Halloween. But I think maybe next year we'll do spooky season. We'll do some haunted crafts or something like that year round. But I don't like to say it's haunted because then something bad happen and then I'm upset. Can't be haunted crafts. But I do like that name. A while back I had looked up and they said that Halloween is the most purchased for. I didn't look up. I was watching a documentary or whatever. Halloween is the most purchased for and most celebrated thing. I truly thought it was going to be Christmas, but not everyone celebrates Christmas because not everyone is Christian. Other people celebrate other spiritual holidays around December, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, things like that. And you know what? I think this year we might find, my son and I might find a place that actually sells food doing that because I really want to try to lock us. Their potatoes, they, from the way it's explained, they look like, sound like, not look, sound like hash browns because they're potatoes that are prepared a certain way. But when I listened to someone talk about them, it sounded like they were shredded potatoes, and that's how I've made hash browns from scratch. You take the peel of potatoes and you run them through your shredder, the cheese grater, basically, and you go from there. All right, so he got on these little pants. I feel like these some little old school throwback pants he got on. We're gonna make his boots black gray. All right, let's give him spooky, a spooky pair of pants and hat. Paint something purple. Don't make it Halloween, ma'am. I know, but today, he got invited to a Halloween party, and he needs to bring the pumpkin. All right, now we need some pants. I guess we can make them green. Yeah. I wonder if he's the cool cousin, cool uncle, cool, whatever. He could be the best dressed as well. I don't know. I think I used to be the cool auntie. I don't have siblings, but like, I think all the kids used to like me. Cause I think you like the person that don't really fuss at you that much. Boy, do you like the people that do fuss at you. But as I've gotten older and I have my own offspring, I think being a cool parent is overrated. I think being a cool auntie and uncle is definitely the way to go. Definitely. Way more fun than the cool parent. I'll never be the cool parent. Never. Because I make the decisions. So let's go ahead and put this front on the card. I feel like the card just took a dramatic turn from who to ooh. So this is the mask, and it's from Bo Bunny, Joyful Christmas. But I feel like this is very spooky looking. I should have cut it this way, but I didn't. So let's see if we can't get our edges inked some. And this is still that black soot from the last time we used it. The only bad part about not bad, but the only problem with using distress stain on the edges, if the card gets wet, it reactivates it. So there's something to keep in mind. Not saying you're going to be wetting up your paper or card. I have a case of the runny nose all of a sudden and sniffles. I just need to make it 2 days, today and tomorrow, and I will be okay. I'm probably going to go and drink some emergency and be done. Okay, because we need it. We needed that, right? Now we have this going on. Let me see. I feel like it's a little bit too big. This is why I tend to um, cut it down a little bit, like sliver more, even though I've measured it out. For some reason, the card bases are off a little bit because every 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I can't be. It can't be me. Does it make sense? Like it can't be me every time. Blank. Okay. My sliver was a little bit bigger than it probably should have been. All right. We're gonna eke out those 365 cards, huh? I have a plan. Hopefully, it can get us into like the 50s or 60s for Christmas. My son had school pictures on Monday, and I still haven't looked at them. It's so interesting how you can look at the pictures instantly now versus when I was growing up. They have to come. We didn't have like a prototype, and I know everything's digital, and I was a kid 1,000 years ago. So, but in general, it's just very interesting how that works. But he didn't give me the paper until Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, after the pictures were done. Because I always ask him, because my son has long hair, so I always try to, and I don't braid it down because he's so tender headed, which I don't comb his hair hard, which I don't understand. I know that I don't comb his hair hard because I am tender headed. Like I don't make his plaits tight. I used to have my hair so tight that I used to get bumps around my edges sometimes. Not because I was out there saying, "Ooh, let me get my hair tight," but my mom was heavy handed, very heavy handed. Now I'm thinking I could have elevated this card a little bit by splattering it, but then I was like, no, I don't want it to be super grungy. I do like crafting for Halloween and allowing that ugly thing to happen in the card, but I also enjoy it not happening as well, if that makes sense to you. Because, sometimes we're like, oh, it's Halloween, it doesn't matter. But when it's like Christmas, it has to be pristine, and Halloween can be grungy. Not everything Halloween has to be grungy, and I think that's why they came up with Pasteloween. But this is our completed project. I hope that you've enjoyed the process, the chitty chat. I hope you have a great Friday. I want to say thank you for watching, and until next time, happy crafting.